Hi, my name's Tobias and this is Jumpy Dumpy, a game I made from scratch in Unity. It was made over the course of 4 weeks and it was my first ever solo game project as a way to learn and improve my skills with Unity. Jumpy Dumpy is a skill-based arcade game where you earn points by collecting coins and defeating enemies. You defeat enemies by jumping on their heads, and you increase a score multiplier by jumping on multiple enemies without touching the ground. These are the player controls that you'll see in-game in just a moment. In Jumpy Dumpy you can move right, you can move left, you can jump higher if you hold jump, and you can double jump. You can also dash. When the game's just begun, there's nothing but a coin for the player to interact with. This is a way to show the player that collecting coins also spawns enemies. The coin then moves to the other side of the screen. Collecting another coin spawns another enemy and increases the movement speed of the ones already present. This is one of the ways the game increases its difficulty. The player can also earn points by defeating enemies, which is done by jumping and landing on top of them. The enemy is then disabled and falls to the ground as the player bounces off of it. This also increases the movement speed of the other enemies. This is the other way the player earns points. How many points the player gets from landing on top of the enemy is decided by how fast the enemy is. The player can then jump and land on top of the enemy one more time to destroy it, which respawns it at a random location above the player. Just like when you collect a coin, except this won't increase the total number of enemies. By jumping and landing on multiple enemies in succession, without touching the ground, the player can start building up a score multiplier, which multiplies the number of points earned from every source by that number. This is the core mechanic that much of the game is designed around. Respawning the enemies after destroying them supplies the player with a continuous stream of enemies to jump and land on to keep building up that sweet multiplier. Also, the base value of the coin is 50 points, which is way more than any of the enemies will ever be worth. This is a way to entice the player to land on it with a high multiplier, which earns them a big chunk of points. But it also spawns another enemy, which increases the difficulty. The player loses if they hit an enemy anywhere but the top of it. If the current score is higher than the high score, it becomes the new high score, and then the game restarts. And that's Jumpy Dumpy. I hope you liked it. Have a great day and thanks for watching.